Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys ACGHK 2025 figure preview video. Before we get stuck in, I want to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood for coming out with me in person to the convention and for snapping these beautiful high-res pictures. Show Ryan some love in the comments below because without him, this series literally would not be possible. Now, if you're looking to pre-order Hot Toys Big Chap for your own collection, I've popped a link to Pop Collectibles in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. When you're pre-ordering Hot Toys from Pop, you can either pay the full amount right up front, or leave a deposit and fix up the balance when the piece releases. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button so you're notified as soon as brand new Alien content goes live. Apparently they're working on a Ripley 2.0, so there is definitely more on the way. We'll have to wait and see if that actually happens though. Big Chap. After all this time, we get a Real Deal 2.0. I've got the first one. I love the first one. It's full of inaccuracies. Slightly too small for some people. This one isn't that much bigger, but a little, so that could be enough. They've redesigned everything. They've ditched the rubber, and they've instead opted for medical silicone. We'll talk about what that means for this piece throughout the course of the videos, starting off with accessories, switch out hands, and the articulated finger ones. So we're not missing the articulated finger hands from the first release, they've included them here. I would like to get them with the Scorched Xeno from Romulus, but at this stage I don't believe he's coming with them. The card? Couldn't care less about it. It's here, that's all I have to say about the card. I guess the artwork looks good, it says LV426 on it, that's the planet where they discover the eggs, but you know, it's a card, I'm here for the figure itself. The display base. It's a little reuse and a little new at the same time. We've got the great flooring base. We saw that first with Bane 1.0 from The Dark Knight Rises. But this time, it almost looks bespoke to Big Chap because they've made so many changes with the paint app and they've added all these diorama elements. It's covered in guts and grossness and alien blood. It even says Alien Big Chap on the nameplate right up front instead of just saying Alien. The first Big Chap never even had a nameplate, so that is an upgrade. Versus the first Big Chap's base, do I prefer this one? Looks-wise, I kind of dig the Nostromo-themed base from the 1.0, so I might still use it with mine, except now we've got a way of attaching Big Chap to the base with the flight pole. With the first one, no waist clamp, no crotch grabber, nothing. You just had to have Big Chap standing there. And the ankles were some of the most common points of failure. That didn't work. So this time we do have a flight pole. And you can move it towards the back of the base. There's two positions where you can plug it in to the stand itself. On to Big Chap. Medical silicone. Do I agree with this choice? Surprisingly, no. Not really. Like, yes, it's seamless, but this design, the biomechanical look, is begging for you to hide visible joints in the ribbing and the crevices and the folds for what would be the alien skin. You don't have to go medical silicone. You can hide joints in so many places here. Yes, for the hips, it will be tricky, because you've got all the cables and nubbins and bits and pieces. But the knees, the elbows, the shoulders even, you don't have to go medical silicone. They did it. How do I feel about that? I like the shine and the colors and the crispness of the detail, but all of that stuff would look even better if this was ABS or PVC plastic. Medical silicone, we don't know how long it's going to last yet. Yes, they use it for real human prosthetics. That's why they call it medical grade silicone. That doesn't mean it's going to last forever. Maybe longer than platinum silicone or rubber or whatever the hell the first one was made out of. Will it crack? Eventually it's possible. The tail on my Big Chap 1.0 completely severed at the base. this is wired, the claw looks way more accurate shape and size-wise, and the color of everything, with that greenish brown tint to it, also more accurate than the first one. The 1.0 had this chalky grayish look. It wasn't quite right. So they've dialed up accuracy, they've gone seamless, and medical silicon. I'm curious to hear y'all's thoughts on the medical silicon in the comments. I have said medical silicon way too many times in this video. That's what this thing is made out of, and it allowed them to go fully seamless. Except for the shoulders, you can see the arms are plugged into the torso, just like what they did with the 1.0 and the Alien Warrior. So you can move the arms forward and back without stressing out the medical silicon. The sculpt looks so much better than their first attempt. All of the gross, like, smooth sections mixed in with the ribbing. There's even wrinkling to mimic the look of the practical suit that was worn on set for the film. Then we've got the dongles coming out of the elbows. They'll be soft and flexible. I would imagine that when you feel this, it's going to feel like a real shrunk down 1/6 scale xenomorph. That could be a reason why they decided to go the silicon route, is so that it felt more authentic. There's these gasket covered things that sit over the hands. I've seen people online saying that they're too big. They look quite oversized and large, but there's time for them to tweak that stuff. I'm not sure if they will, but if they want to, the option's there. The tubers on the back even have some sculpt detail work on the ends of them, and you've got the dorsal fin, with the bones protruding up top. The orange/brown shading just on the high spots, that airbrush look, that is called a zenithal highlight. For movie props and costumes, they don't want lighting to be the only thing that defines the look of something on set because it's way too variable. They'll paint stuff in like that, they'll darken certain crevices, and Hot Toys, they've recreated that look in 1/6 scale. Let's talk about the dome. It's transparent. You can see the darker shading towards the base, the skull underneath it. However, there was a running change with the first Big Chap. Some had foggy domes and others had transparent domes. I'm partial to the foggy look, the ultimate solution for this. Just like with Scorched Xenomorph. Switch out domes. A foggy one and a transparent one. The reason why they went transparent is this was the intended look of Big Chap, the practical costume in the movie. But as we all know, not everything goes according to plan all the time when you're shooting a film. The final product that we ended up seeing on screen was foggy because heat, condensation, whatever, was being trapped inside the dome, and that's what gave it that frosted look. This is the perfect idealized version, but a switch-out dome would have taken this piece over the top for me. One other thing that I just want to spend a little bit of time complaining about, the teeth aren't accurate. The layout, the shape, the number of them, and we've still got the stretchy material for the jaw. We've got the inner jaw, you can open the mouth, you can close the mouth, all the way in fact. That's something you couldn't do with the first one. But I'm nervous that the bits, the stretchy tendons on the side of the mouth are going to snap just like they've done with every single Hot Toys Alien release. They're aware of it, they have to be aware of it. So will they do something about it? Well, they're not doing switch out jaws, which would be my perfect option. There's already a natural seam there anyway. That's something we'll have to wait and see on with Scorched Xenomorph and then this piece. Now, I'm still really excited for it, but just food for thought when you're pre-ordering this. I'm going to pre-order mine from Pop Collectibles. I've popped a link to their site in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.